Hi, everybody. What's up? So I'll just give my shout-outs quickly to some of the stuff that came in for Joe Guns this week. Where are we at? Hey, shout-outs to So Typically Tori. Really fun piece here with me and Patron on our chocobos. Hell yeah.
That thing was great, dude.
Very, very nice. I like the little energy aura that typically Tori always puts on us too. That's cool. Hell yeah. We got a great one from Maelstrom Tier. Couple of them actually. The new portrait is up, so very cool. And me liking the little Shibi FF original.
What's the
Pokemon.
name of the person who does the tiny little goofy drawings?
Maelstrom Tier.
Maelstrom Tier? Yeah, I really like those quite a lot.
Very cute.
I think they're adorable.
And shout outs to Vexelix, who made Joe Guns now in Monster Hunter.
I saw that.
Here's the Monster Hunter edition, which is just a black lady with cat ears.
With the cat ears.
Yeah.
But I mean...
There you go.
But like, right? Like
Solid.
Like, it makes sense.
It's very solid. Like that. And even with a little chocobo behind and everything. So, good stuff after the WWE version as well. Hell yeah. Abs on display. Nicely
Maelstrom
done.
Tier, if you're able to hear us right this second, your style actually reminds me of a very charming artist that made a lot of little comics about 14 a long time ago called Y Mage. And it's very nice to see your style. Like, very, very, very cool.
Very cute. All right. Now, on to 14. Here we are. One, apparently this LP will update as we play, or at the very least, things have been announced.
It's gotten really funny.
This is dumb. This is crazy.
It's gotten really funny, dude.
Okay, so one, the server, Kukulin, is no longer an EXP preferred
you have
server.
Gentrified it. It was you.
Too many people came to Kukulin after this started.
Let me
and
ask
it's no
you a
longer
question.
Special. That's crazy.
I know you
What's
and I
up,
both
Iridian?
do this where like it seems like there's an effect that you cause, but you're like, surely it couldn't be me.
That's crazy.
Right? That's ridiculous. In this space here,
actually,
I can tell you without any question, it is you.
Yeah.
It's
so I guess the question is really like, how many people do they need to see join a server?
Couple hundred.
Okay.
Couple hundred
for it to get normalized to no longer need the buff.
For it to go from like low pop to high pop.
Okay.
So that's step one of what you're describing, of the changes being wrought against you.
Then two is apparently Yoshi P and everybody making this game agree that A Realm Reborn ain't that great for introduction. So now it's time to redo the whole intro. Hey, what's up, Dante?
That is unshocking.
Crazy.
Especially going through it. The main problem, Woolie, is that I went through A Realm Reborn in 2015 when it was current, right? And what I'm seeing now is that over the years, the many years since, because, there's been updates and there's been rebalances and stuff like that, but like the A Realm Reborn content was never re-engineered for the new kits. And the fact that the new kits are quite sparse below level 50. So like you are crazy strong for these encounters, right? Like I remember dying in some of the dungeons that we have done so far. And so they're either going to do one of two things, Woolie. So you don't need to know much about the story for this to hit. We have just finished what they have termed the A Realm Reborn to Endwalker storyline as the Zodiark Hydaelyn era, right? Like Hydaelyn the Crystal and Zodiark, the evil god of the Ascians, right?
Okay.
And that whole batch has been those two, right? We are now in a new era, which is the starting point for a completely new new story that does not have to do with those two, right? So either they're going to be like, you can start at a Realm Reborn or Dawn Trail, right? Like which season
Sure.
do you want to start? Or what they're going to do is they're going to do what like Grand Blue Fantasy does, where they'll be like, do you want to skip this cutscene? And if you say yes, it will give you like a 1-paragraph text prompt of, bro, what was in that cutscene?
What was happening? Okay. Yeah, I could see. Okay, that could make sense. Because I'm like, to do a weird, like, here's what happened in Zone of the Enders 1, except you have to play the battles, would be a very weird onboarding process.
No, they would never do that. What is more likely is that they'll just let you start at certain points, and then they will catch you. That, like, you know, they'll be like, "Hey, you're starting the Godless Realm saga," you know, and like, oh, the Zodiarch Hydaelyn saga was over and all enemies were defeated. If you want to find out more, true believers, check out A Realm Reborn, Heavensward, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, and Endwalker, Excelsior, right?
Yeah. It is just still wild with the timing of like, okay, here comes the map thing, here comes the Realm Reborn thing, here comes what was the other bit? There was the
chocobo duty thing where you play you co-op through with 2 people,
right? And like 3 or 4 other things that are just relevant to exactly what we've been talking about. Oh yeah, level syncing and so on.
Yeah, they're gonna redo everybody's kit.
Everything that I was just saying sucks.
Function at level 50.
Everything that I was just saying sucks is getting fucking addressed.
Now, one
in
of the
some
things
weird,
that you made a post about it a bit ago, which was you responded to me on the Blue Sky, right? And you said if this dramatically improves the onboarding, I'm gonna be vexed.
Correct.
And I saw that, and I'm like, I saw that, and I will offer you a minor criticism as your professional colleague of a lack of understanding. You, my friend, are the primary source of onboarding for a game like this.
Right.
It's you.
Right.
It's you right now.
This is the board.
Like,
this is
systemic changes, balance changes, kit changes, etc., etc., etc. Who cares? What really matters at the end of the day is, bro, I saw Woolie and Pat playing through A Realm Reborn, and that looked kind of cool. I'm going to go check it out. That is like 90% of the onboarding process.
I'm going to go check it out so I can get my unicorn, because apparently that's happening right now as well.
Who told you?
I saw.
You saw it? Fuck.
I booted the game up, and it's the first thing advertised on the fucking launcher.
I've been telling people for like an hour, give Woolie the gift subs to get the gay little pony, but don't tell him why, so that he's super confused why he's getting so many gift subs.
Also, thank you everybody for those gift subs. I hope you got your pony. It's a super duper pretty gay pony.
Why July?
Yeah, that was off-timed.
It's really strange.
But truly, it's you boot up the launcher, and it's the first thing you're staring at.
The launcher's one of those things, like, I can't even see the launcher anymore. Like,
brain turns it off.
The launcher is like an old woman on a crosswalk. I guess I technically know in my heart that they're there, but I don't care. I'm going straight through.
So yeah, my question was, can I get my Wrath gay pony though? Can I get like the dark one with the rainbows on it? You know, or does it have to be the white pony?
So that pony model, you know what? Where you're at Cucullin right now?
I am. Yes, I'm standing in front of a crowd of people. The deer are here, and I think I'm just outside of Totorak.
By the way, all the people who are sending out gift subs, I will thank you later. Also, Woolie, I found out yesterday. Do you use Stream Elements or use Streamlabs?
Elements.
Yeah. Okay. Guess what? Stream Elements breaks at a certain gift sub amount.
Oh boy.
It just fundamentally breaks.
Oh boy.
So what you have to do is if the gift subs for the gay little pony go nuts, you're gonna have to go into the Twitch
And read them
internal tracker
directly.
for subs.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
sucks shit, by the way. It's a bad system.
Yeah.
There's a reason we all use Stream Elements or Streamlabs.
So yeah, but like this is a Rainbow Dash skin basically that I feel like that they're doing, and I'm like, is there a are there alternates?
I got
Seems
a
like
great
there are.
comment on my side of the show. Ruck the Rat Fuck says, I don't know how he got that username. I'm sorry, but everything I hear about streaming sounds like a tech support horrorscape. Yeah, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even if you do nothing, even if you do absolutely nothing, it's still a nightmare.
It's crazy.
Hey, I do have some good news as far as familiarity goes. Something I noticed.
What is happening? I just logged out from my home. Oh, fuck this fucking... I'm going to have to turn the game off. You were saying.
Shit. Okay, well, while you boot up, I'm chilling over here. What's up, Solidus? I noticed something about map stuff.
What's your good noob, bud? Good
Well,
nude? Yeah, what's your good nudes?
Real simple. Interacting with the map with the mouse makes a lot more sense and made a
Oh, does that work in your head better?
Well, it's more like the controller doesn't allow for the correct, like, okay, let me try to pull this up and oh no, hold on a second. Where'd my chat go? Why'd that close the chat window? What the? Hold on a second. My chat window just went away.
Casual Core K on YouTube says the cool thing about streaming is that the audio always works every time when you change nothing in between your streams.
Enter. Thank you.
You're completely right, Casual Core. You're super right. It's
Okay.
super great that it just always works every time, even though you didn't change anything.
So when you pull up the when you pull up the map, and then
What's
you move
happening? My character seems like trapped here.
Oh, weird. Okay.
That's very weird.
Anyway, when you pull up the map and you're sliding things around to kind of like look at the different layers and you're switching type and such, I think when I pulled the mouse up and started selecting things, like each of these little map areas can be clicked on to take you to that map, which you're not really able to do with the right stick.
You can.
Okay.
You can. It's slightly more awkward.
It's not as obvious that that's a function, right? A lot of the functions on the map when you're using the cursor on the thumbstick are not so obvious that that's something you can do. Same for going over. You can't really bring the cursor of the map over to the top of the list where you see like the Black Shroud underneath that central shroud, and then you see Hauk Manor, Sorrel Haven. And then you click on that, and it shows you the different layers you're going down. But with the thumbstick, a lot of that is not as evident. So even if I click on New Gridania here, it'll take me to the New Gridania map. Then I can see the...
Oh, I gotta load up your stream, actually, so that we can switch to it if need be.
So all this to say that it makes a lot more sense using the mouse, because then also, what I kind of just did was I was like, I don't know if you... No, you can't see my stream right now, right?
I am looking at your stream right this second.
Okay, so like when it's like, okay, skeletons in her closet, click on this main map icon over here, not that character. Click on this, pulls up the top level map, Black Shroud. Here it is. I zoom out. I see myself. Where am I? Not here. Here, let me click on into it. It makes a lot more sense clicking into it and then going once I click into it, this part over here goes into the second layer, and then I assume you go further in as you zoom in more and more with these things, right? Each of these four layers is how different levels of zoom in. So unfortunately, like thumbstick navigation of this map makes it harder to learn from scratch, in my opinion.
So I am what I would consider a controller purist for this game. It was the number one thing that I chose the game for. Like, the reason why I started playing this game was that you could play it 100% with a controller, because I was coming off RSI damage from playing Guild Wars. And I was like, moving the camera with the mouse is just not an option. So as a result, I have spent an inordinate amount of time playing this game exclusively with a controller, and then going as far as to be like, here's how to do this, making controller guides, whatever. I would say, in all likelihood, the average person, even when playing with a controller, is using their mouse to do the this or that or this or that for stuff that is like just clearly easier with a mouse and keyboard. And typing in macros, it's pretty impossible without it, right? For example.
And like this is the first type of this scale of MMO that I've played, right? Admittedly. But here's another thing. The fact that when you max zoom out, your cursor goes away, psychotic. Completely unhinged.
Oh, you mean your like little icon for your guy?
Yeah, completely unhinged, deranged, fucked up, and added so much struggle to the last couple weeks of this right here. You can watch the moment this happens, and then it becomes this, and I'm like, what's happening?
I went back and watched when you were explaining it, and I noticed that you would zoom out, and you would always zoom out to 1 pixel past when the thing would disappear and go, where the fuck am I? And I'm like, oh, that's what's happening.
And on what sane planet would this feature make me disappear? Japan. That's crazy. Could you imagine on Google Maps, like, even if you zoom out to Earth, there is a dot of where you are, because that's the whole point of the map. It's psychotic to make it disappear here and then keep it here one in. That's so insane. Anyway, so this aspect added some struggle to that didn't need to be there.
They're gonna fix that.
It's better with the mouse
as soon as you get used to it. As soon as you, I was talking to Paige about
that's
this.
What's been happening.
And there's a feature in the world that we live in, which I always describe as them fixing up that piece of shit part of your university the day that you graduate.
Correct. But now that now that we have the hard confirmation, Yoshi P, friend of the show, and I know you're watching. This is crazy. This going away here and coming back now is nuts, and there's no reason for it, and I hate it, and I wouldn't even need that first map feature that you're about to add if you didn't do shit like that. That's not true, but still.
By the way, you were asking about a dank, straight pony?
Yeah. No, not straight. Uses? Wrath. Gay wrath.
Wrath? Okay, well,
dark pony with the rainbows.
Oh, dark with rainbows? No, they'll add that next year.
Okay, I don't need Black pony. Beauty. I'm just That Asuna says, the actual answer is rendering real-time location pins on the map carries almost equal CPU load to rendering the character, and the more zoomed out the map is, the more things are potentially, it has to be held in memory. I see. Okay, so limitation of the game. Well,
I have a space giraffe?
It doesn't change this being
when
bad.
When did I get this fucking
At
thing?
the end of the day. This shit sucks. But it's easier to understand this map and make it work with the mouse, for sure. So I'm going to teleport to New Gridania by clicking on it.
Oh, that's crazy. Here, I'll invite you to the party so we can.
Thank you. I'm gonna click on the objective, which is report to Ursendel, who's in Gridania. I'm gonna click on Gridania, and then the nearest teleporter over here, and then we're gonna get going.
Today's stream is so sick for a huge number of reasons. One, you came in with like noted technical issues, and Reggie's not here. Also, I don't know if you saw the title of my stream. It's like basically WoolieVersus the Great Filter.
Yes.
Because the company of heroes is like
the worst.
It's like it's the worst. It's the worst the game ever is. So like we're going in with like super strong, good energy today.
Okay.
This is the part they'll fix for you, by the way. As soon as you beat it, they're going to patch it next week.
Yeah. Look,
and they're going to be like made it better.
I've put up with everything else, right? Like, at the end of the day, we're past Ifrit and we're still here. So
I think I actually agree with Yoshi P, because like going through it with you again and seeing like the basically the loss of like any challenge to the game at all in the early bits. Like, yeah, they do. They really actually do need to streamline it. Even down to like just a straight up like last time on. So like I was talking to Paige, because the plan was always you and me would do this, and then Paige would also at some point when the guy goes to school hop on the hey, let's go through FF14 bandwagon. But I said, like, I don't think anybody in my audience wants to see that me run this shit again, like specifically a Realm Reborn. So what we would probably do is I would curate a bunch of like cutscenes and narratives, get her skipped, and then go through all the encounters.
Okay.
Right.
Now the other thing too, though.
But that's probably going to be the case by the time she gets to it in a year and a half, 2 years.
Now, unfortunately, I'd say the stuff that you can't do much about is like whatever making the story whatever story is not as compelling right off the bat in a Realm Reborn. There's nothing you can do about that. It's what it is.
Yeah. All right, Ursendil, what you got? Yeah, we killed the bitch. She's dead.
Unless
the masked men caused, man, a lot of masked men around.
Have they ever changed story to be better with like quest updates?
So the problem is since it's like one big MSQ, so like from like 1 to 40 basically in this game, they're basically setting up that the Asians are fucking assholes and they're behind like a huge proportion of the dirt that's going around, right? So like we just went on a side story quest to kill a vampire who took over like a fucking, a manor. It's like, oh, well, turns out the butler saw a bunch of masked men being scumbag shitheads, yada yada, at the time. It's like, those cursed Asians. But the problem is that all the other details become foundational building blocks for other moments, right? So there's a character that you're gonna run into around level 44, level 45, who becomes like a major big deal character later. But when they become a major big deal character, they're gonna be like, oh my god, my good friend! And there will be no, like, they'll be like, well, remember all the time you hung out with them during a Realm Reborn? And some players who skipped it go, no, I don't know who the fuck that is. And it's like, too bad for you, I guess.
Okay, 1 second. So this butler sat by while a woman got killed.
That's right, yeah, no, that's what butlers do. Then they clean up a little bit.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, he said he's sorry.
That's what matters, right?
Okay. Oh wait,
Scribbler says I
got offered a ticket, but before I don't want to go back to Minfin just yet.
Oh, you have your monk shit to do.
Exactly,
right?
I want to do the monk shit. So actually,
he's gonna do the monk shit
to Ul'dah.
Hey, by the way, we're gonna while Woolie is doing monk stuff, I'm gonna load up a fate shit for Yaktel on Kukulkan, because I can't do your monk stuff. I can't even see your monk stuff. Right? So I'm gonna pop your show up on there.
Okay.
Well, I have a bunch of shit to grind out, bro. Oh man.
For your chocobo?
No, for my relic.
Oh, for your sword.
Yeah, for my fancy sword for babies. My fancy baby sword.
Going for the gold is later, right?
Which one's going for the gold? I can't read it. 1 second.
No, wait, he just turned himself in. Never mind. That. Oh wait, update. No, this was the one you told me to take in advance.
Going for the gold is a dungeon that's way later. Yeah, Orem Vale used to be like a scrub killer. It's a dungeon made out of piss. You know how it is, right?
Sure.
Sometimes you gotta just make a dungeon made out of piss.
I see the yellow. I see the yellow.
The piss is poisonous, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, it's poison piss. But
top left of the screen. Oh, there are. Okay, you can click on the stuff on the top left of the screen as well.
Yes. You can click on anything in this interface.
Okay. So, like, controller preferred way to play games, for sure.
Yes, sir.
But so much of this is meant to be clicked on, and you're not really doing that with the controller, so that is a downside.
The main thing is that when you start clicking in like select or touchpad, it will rotate around to all the things that you would normally click on. Is the basic gist of it.
Yeah. Which is like pressing tab on a flash.
The problem is that in terms of intuitive behavior, that only becomes like natural after you've done it for a while. So
And
like, I was watching Garrett and Kyle are loading up on their stream right now to get ready for FRU. So they're doing they're having to do a ton of prep because that requires like a bunch of specific gear. And I saw Garrett describing how one of the things that he can't stand for FF14 is all the different types of inventories and currencies.
Okay.
And I was watching him, and I was like watching him go through the inventory, and I was like, bro, I don't even see the inventory anymore.
Okay.
Like I like legitimately just like mentally go, oh, currency tab, and my brain just immediately hits start up X, and I'm at the currency tab, and I'm seeing the correct. You're right, like it's a weird nature of the reality of people who have been playing this game since, you know, fucking just after 9/11.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong. Wait, that's wrong.
So what? but what you're describing, where you can click on multiple things and then you eventually shortcut to them, that would be because I don't know what can be clicked on at all.
Oh yeah, hey,
I don't
do yourself a favor. You see your Fugi where the gold is in the bottom right?
Yeah.
Click on that.
Yeah. Okay. Everything is a menu. So,
like, bro, I found that shit out like last year. Yeah, 2B in my chat just went.
Just found out for the first time. Yeah. So if I was using a mouse, I would have probably curiosity clicked on a bunch of things and like passively learned that. But as I'm using the controller and it's not a forefront of the thought process, a lot of this gets missed for the first time.
Yeah, that's why there's the
it's a true downside.
You can do, and then there's the turn off the interface stuff, and like those shortcuts are nowhere. They're like legitimately not described anywhere in the game at all. I don't know where the description of how to turn off the UI came from, because it's not in any of the options or control guides.
So when it comes to looking at layers of the map, is it not safe to assume that like one thing connects to another because it seems to be kind of over it? For example?
Yes. The Realm Reborn areas are very interconnected. There's a lot of small zones that are interconnected at points. And the reason for that is because the game was made for the PS3.
Okay.
They're like individual zones are like necessarily small because of technical issues.
Okay.
Once you get to Heavensward, your zones become enormous, and like the zone walls will be box shaped. And they're big, wide open fields and shit like that. Because they freed up a bunch of the resources from it. So, basically every expansion is like a half generation forward in technology, and like it's fairly subtle, but like if you know where to look, you can see it.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because for a second I went looking at the map. I was kind of trying to move towards the Goldsmiths Guild by just walking there, but the 2 points that looked connected were not in fact connected. So
someone
I
in
guess
my chat asks, how do I read a buff or a debuff on a computer? Sorry, on a controller. You hit select, and then it's up at the top. And then you use the D-pad to move between them.
Right. So all
or
this
you use
is
the virtual mouse.
So running around like Ul'dah or Limsa or stuff, it's like whenever something is layered over another place, it doesn't necessarily mean running towards that is going to lead you to that spot.
Yeah, no, they want you to change floors first, and then they want you to navigate your way over.
Okay.
Limsa and Ul'dah are like particularly difficult. Yeah, I know I'm streaming Woolie's stream. He's doing the monk quests, which I am watching in my monitor, where he's talking to this fat nerd, Eric, who's a bitch.
And doesn't shut the fuck up.
So that you don't all see my boring ass Fate stuff. Because I haven't caught up on the monk stuff for New Game Plus. So it'd be much better for everybody to watch the Woolie show featuring one Woolie Madden. Woolie should rush to machinist and level that. No, shut up. If I know anything about you and characters, is you are an aesthetic-focused, I guess, aesthetic enjoyer. Right?
I am an aesthetic enjoyer. Rule of cool.
Gotta look cool. Step 1. Does it look cool? Okay. Function. Step 2.
Steps 1 through 9.
Yeah. Step 10 is profit.
All right, back to Little Alamigo.
Also of note, this is the first time since we started playing that I'm actually not following you and not guiding you, and the reason why that is because you spent the first 15 minutes of today going, okay, so the mouse helps with the map.
It does.
So if that's the case, let's see some unassisted navigation.
Hello, you're the real one. You're not that loser.
Finally, yeah, Warjet. Is that how you say it? No, it's Wadargelt. Fuck me.
What did you say?
I said Warjet.
It doesn't sound remotely close to
It's not even close. Listen, I did the monk quests with this guy, but I never really, like, attached myself to him, like, thematically.
Do you care more about the NPCs for the classes that you want to stay as?
I like the Dark Knight class characters quite a bit, actually.
I see.
I think Frey and Sidurg are fucking all right, is what I think. But I also have an unfair bias because the person the person who wrote the Dark Knight quests for their job was given a promotion to write the best area in Stormblood, and then given another promotion to write Shadowbringers and Endwalker.
I see.
Because there are a couple, like, it's a team effort, right? Everybody works together on a team, but certain people work on certain parts. And you get to find out, like, wow, who designed that class? It's incredible. Turns out it was Mr. Prime. The guy who's designing all the classes.
Right. You can look at each thing and be like, this is the Marlin Pie character, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So okay. It used to be like that. It used to be different people design different classes, and parts of the main story were designed by different people. That changed with Mr. Prime and Ishikawa. Ishikawa is the lady who wrote the Dark Knight storyline, the Asm Step storyline, and then the entirety of Shadowbringers and Endwalker. And she is coming back for to write the main story of Evercold. And everyone's like, yay, fucking sick. That's incredible, because she did the best stories this game ever had. And on top of that, Mr. Prime designed Astrologian back in Heavensward, which was my favorite healer the game ever had. He designed Pictomancer, which is the best and most interesting magical DPS the game ever had. I think he invented Gunbreaker and did like the reworks for the characters everybody likes. Like, oh yeah, get Marlin Pie Mr. Prime on everybody. And so now he is on everybody. Because what would happen, and this sucked really bad, is you could tell that everybody who did all the job reworks didn't talk to each other. They were just given like, hey, the job has to do X amount of DPS and have this much utility, right? And so you would get jobs that were like, one would be really well designed and could do everything easily and clean, and its sister job, like, Black Mage and Summoner, right, which are both magical DPS. The sister job would be like clunky and worse and less mobile. And you'd be like, who the fuck designed it like this? One has all the strengths and one has all the weaknesses. And the answer is two different people designed.
And you can directly blame. Yeah, I see.
Right, and usually you wouldn't find out who it was. And the only one of note is that Black Mage has always been good. There has not been a single patch in this game's entire life that Black Mage wasn't excellent. And that is because Yoshi P plays Black Mage.
Oh, okay. The favorite, the lizard man. Yeah.
I just got disconnected.
Like, I gotta say, like, knowing by name which writers or who's credited with doing what, and people feeling that way about them internally must be really awful. To just be like,
it
you are the B writer. Everyone hates your shit.
It must be vicious to be responsible. Like, every now and then, it'll be so bad that, like, because there's a really specific patch structure and naming. So hotfixes are like 0.05, right? That whatever it happens to be, it's 0.05 after the last one. And whole number 0.05 is emergency hotfixes.
He was watching. Yeah.
And emergency hotfixes are them admitting that whoever designed the job for that expansion fucked up so bad they had to rush a fix. There was a for Stormblood, when Warrior came out for Stormblood, it was unviable. It would just die. Like, it had no ability to protect anybody, and it had less HP, and it sucked, and it didn't do any damage. There was one where they redesigned Scholar. Scholar's a healer that has like a fairy, and they were in the process of like dismantling a very complex pet interface. So like the fairy couldn't die anymore, right? It didn't have a health bar. But, like, one of the job quests in the game required you to heal the fairy as, like, part of the quest. So becoming a scholar was incompletable.
Okay.
Right? Like, you know, like, stuff like that. And that happens because since one guy was working on Scholar, but that guy didn't talk to the quest designer for job quests.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like, just way too many moving parts.
Completely fucked it up, yeah.
So now what they on is like, hey, Mr. Prime, you know what you're doing? You're not working on raids. You're not working on encounters. You are building out jobs, and you are running the balance of every single job in the game yourself. So now, all rage is now pointed in one direction on one road towards one guy. So...
yeah,
boy, that's a lot of pressure.
Knowing that person by name is, that internally
they told us his real name. I don't remember it. He's Mr. Prime now. A lot of the gameplay designers get little nicknames. There's also a Mr. Ozma who does a lot of the encounter design. Also don't remember his name at all. Like, at all. Right.
Okay, wait 1 second. I was trying to figure out, I'm like, why are these cool monks helping this stupid nerd?
That's a great question.
The resistance. Okay.
Right, so monks are from Alamigo, which is like, it's kind of like India a little bit.
Zep. Okay. So wait, every class has a city that it comes from?
No,
rather.
Every job has a culture that they come from. So it's not necessarily a city. But, you know, so like, for example, Marauders, the guy with the axe, they come from Limsa Lominsa. Like, they're a direct line from, like, the pirates, right? And, like, the new Bastion quest, the Bastion job, that's the guys with the big shields, they come from a place called the Northern Empty. Wait, is it Northern Empty or the Northern Burn?
There's a place on the map for
everybody has a place on the map. Like, blue mages are from Canada.
Sure. Yeah, all right.
Like they're called the Wallaquee. And they come from like the northern they come from the northern landmass that is the equivalent of North America in the game.
Okay.
In the New World.
And
they're very like indigenous, like First Nations, like kind of aesthetic.
Okay, hold on. I just need to recap what he was talking about.
No worries, bud.
Why? Okay,
Joe looks really good standing there with their arms crossed. A lot of the models don't look good with their arms crossed.
It lines up,
but like Joe's doing it.
Okay, hold on. Alamigo's fighting against Garlemald.
Yeah, they got invaded.
But
they're
like,
sad about it.
What is the Gold Guild and the aetherometer have to do with?
Oh. You know, when I did the monk quests, I was like, yeah, okay. You can teach me how to punch shit, I guess. Whatever.
All right.
I don't particularly care for Alamigo or Alamegans. I don't think they have a good culture, and I think they deserve a bunch of the stuff that happened to them.
Oh boy, deserve. Here we go. Yeah. All right. I guess I'm gonna need to find out more.
Which is actually a point of contention in universe.
Goldsmith Guild. All right, back to Ul'dah.
So like now it's the part where people go, Pat, you don't like Alamegans? I'm like, of course I like a Alamegan. I think Ida is cool. Ida's from Alamigo. I think Raoban in Ul'dah is cool. He's from Alamigo. But like in general, they're just a annoying, sloppy bunch.
Didn't really hang around enough to make an impact there.
Yeah, and they shaved their eyebrows. That one's weird.
Well, yeah, but they got big abs and chest on display.
Yeah, they're super buff. You know, it's funny because like I'll talk shit about the Alamegans. People are like, oh my god, you can't do that. But then every time a pureblood Garlean comes on screen, I can't help but be like, put that disgusting forehead nipple away, you fucking freak. And everyone's like, yeah, make fun of their birth defects.
When do I get to Steel Peak this dude?
This dude never.
Yeah, okay.
No, he's your friend, aren't you friends? You're good friends, dude. You're good. You're pals. You're besties. He's the path to martial enlightenment through the Aetherometer. Don't you get it? But you did get Howling Fist. Now, Howling Fist kicks ass.
I would love for there to be like a fictional race, like a Zoidberg type, and then they're like ashamed of one of their parts being exposed.
Is that?
Don't look at it.
I don't think so. So Howling Fist is an AoE. So you said, when do I get to Steel Peak this guy? Howling Fist is what you would put on your bar, on the AoE bar, because it's the AoE version of Steel Peak.
Actions and traits.
So,
Howling Fist.
You have probably learned something called Inspirited Meditation.
1 second. Howling Fist, AoE version of which? Sorry?
Steel Peak.
Of Steel Peak. Okay. So
you know how you have the orange meditation on your bar down there?
Yeah.
So if you look to your right, move over 2.
Oh wait, are you talking about in
the action and traits thing?
Yeah.
Just move your. See Inspirited Meditation?
Yes.
So that leads to Howling Fist.
Okay.
So much like meditation turns into Steel Peak,
Blue Steel
Inspirited
Peak.
Meditation turns into Howling Fist. So that's the one you want to put in the same spot on your AoE bar.
On the AoE bar, yeah, okay, right. Okay, so I learned both at the same time. Set to...
I'm afraid to look over at the... I really want to say, hey, Square Enix, thank you for turning me into a gay little pony merchant. You know what? If you guys want to run these kinds of promotions every month of the year, you should just go ahead and do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things, I think I've said this phrase to you before, but it's the phrase MMO players are not rational actors. And what it means is that any crossover, any item, any mount, any sword, any glamour hat, whatever, at any location attached to any product will sell like crazy. I had a buddy of mine buy a crate of Butterfingers so that he had enough codes to give away, because Butterfingers had a promotion for a mount. And here's the thing. The mount literally looked like a big piece of shit.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is
like a floating turd.
Because, like, I know that, like a bad skin is a bad skin, and unless you're like a completionist, even in a game like Overwatch or so, that's, you know, you're not gonna fucking break your bank or go nuts just for the completionist sake of it. Unless you're like, I want everything for my character no matter what it is, which is a thing.
Woolie? You nailed it.
God damn it.
I want everything for my character.
God damn it.
No matter what.
God damn it. So will Inspired Meditation automatically turn into Howling Fist upon 5?
It will, yeah.
So I don't have to set this either.
No, just set Inspirited Meditation, and that's it.
Great.
So you see that little yellow box with an arrow on some skills? That is like, hey, the icon will turn into the other icon. But yeah, no, I have fucking vanity. I have a vanity pair of glasses and a butler outfit from an Amazon.us promotion that I had to pay somebody for, specifically because it wasn't available in any country but the States.
Jesus.
And I hate that shit. I think it looks like garbage. But it was the only way to get it.
Yeah. Meh, meh, meh. I mean, look, if there's a thing I want, I'm going to do it, but
yeah.
I wanted that.
I mean, that's always the case, right?
I wanted that Master Zarya, so I booted up HOTS and, you know.
What was this Master Zarya? What did it actually look like?
It was just a Zarya, like, advanced skin. It was default Zarya plus cool stuff on her. And
now, the main thing is that if you go, like, Destiny kind of fucked themselves over with this, where if you're gonna have like collaborative items, like a gay little pony, or you go to Jollibee, you can get a eat fried chicken emote, right?
Right.
That's the primary thing people are going down to Jollibee for, is to fucking just stand there and eat fucking fried chicken. And when you do that shit, it has to like represent basically like 1% of like the total cosmetic amount in the game, or else people go crazy, right? And what Destiny did is Destiny 1 had like, hey, we have a really cool set of armor that is only available out of Vault of Glass, right? And it was genuinely super cool. But Destiny 2 would go, hey, everybody, the new season is going to have this new armor in the cash shop. And this new armor in the cash shop. And it became like 60, 70 fucking % of all gear you could get for visual purposes in Destiny was cash shop stuff, which was outrageous, right? Like, at the end of the day, if you're playing a game that has a social component, and that social component is about the look of your character, then in a shared online space, then the no-lifingest, luckiest, biggest losers should look the coolest, not the richest people.
There are times where if it's not a character I give a fuck about, or someone that I kind of care about, like a secondary, but they get something cool, it'll push me to use them more. So, for example, in Rivals, when Iron Fist got that, like, I'm gonna call it like a Ryu skin.
Yeah.
That Ryu skin with the headband, I was like, damn, that makes me want to play him more. So then I did, you know, and
right.
I specifically wanted to use that skin on that character.
A good skin can be real fucking powerful. Like, it can really, like, it can push you towards character. Like, the third Aki skin in Street Fighter with her
glasses.
Hair
Yeah, those are great.
Glasses,
That's great.
That's a better character.
Yeah.
Like, that character looks incredible.
That is very cool. All right.